So we're starting, and hi everyone. It's our online meetup, which is intended to celebrate the winners of the second online programming contest of InterSystems IRIS. And the topic was REST API. And today's agenda is to let the winners to show their solutions, to introduce yourself, and actually to communicate with product management, which will join us soon. And also we will present our next contest. And everyone everyone is welcome to ask questions about the next contest, what are the requirements. And actually, we also would love to hear the feedback about the contest itself. What you guys want us to change, or maybe how we can do anything better. And okay, so let me present our winners of the second contest. And so we have Lorenzo Scalese here. So Lorenzo, do you hear us? Irina, yeah, and also Irina will help me today in everything. So we have Lorenzo muted. So could you please?
Oh, already.
Oh, okay.
So you are. Please introduce yourself. Yes.
My name is Lorenzo. I have 35 years old, and I come from Belgium. I'm solution architect in a software company for healthcare sector. I'm working with InterSystems Technology since 13 years. 13 years. I started with Cache 5.2 up to IRIS today. I really like to working with this technology. It's faster, reliable. I think it's definitely more easy with Cache. What I prefer, it's certainly the different way to manipulate and access to the data, object, SQL, and globals. Create our own index logic with functional index. It's just fantastic.
Yes.
I continue to work with InterSystems Technology for next years.
Sounds great. Okay. So thank you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo took the third place. Congratulations. And also we have Nikolay Soloviev here. And Nikolay, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, Nikolay Soloviev from Moscow, Russia. I started working with InterSystems products with Cache about 20 years ago while studying at the university. And now I'm a co-founder of CurryDev Corp, a company that helps InterSystems customers use InterSystems products, IRIS, Ensemble, Cache in the most efficient way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nikolay. Other winner is Henrique. Henrique, could you please introduce yourself? Henrique Diaz, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Henrique. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. I've been working with Cache and InterSystems technology since the last 17 years. I started with Cache 4 and I'm working in Tracker. So right now I'm assistant management at Federal Court at São Paulo and help them to work better and use better information, manage the information in management their systems using Cache technology.
Okay, thank you, Henrique. You do this introduction for the second time already, so yes. So I think, Yeah, that's great. And also another participant who will do this for the second time is Henrique Pereira. Henrique, could you please introduce yourself again?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Henry. I'm from Brazil, like Henrique too. And I'm working BPlus Technology as a company partner of InterSystems here in the south of the country. And I'm the where I have the less experience in the group with the InterSystems Technology because I'm working only for 4 years with InterSystems, and it's great. And for the second time, I'm participating in the contest. Was a fun and a great experience.
Thank you, Henry. Also, we have product managers here in Meetup. So we have Robert Kuszewski and Stefan Wittmann, Thomas Dyar. Colleagues, do you want to say some welcome words?
I'll go ahead and go. Hi, I'm Tom Dyar. Thanks very much for inviting me here, Evgeny, and it's great to talk to anybody. My role at InterSystems is around machine learning and AI, and we have an upcoming programming contest. Maybe we'll chat about a little bit, but it's still in the planning stages.
Thank you, Tom. Also, Robert, could you please?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Kuszewski. I have recently joined InterSystems as a product manager working on the developer experience. So all of those great libraries and clients and tools that you use to work with the products. If you have questions, problems, ideas to make those better, talk to me or Raj, who's also on the call. We have a programming contest coming up. The next one coming up is really going to be falling into my area, which is talking about our native APIs and using the native APIs and access to globals directly from client libraries and looking for really interesting applications of that technology. So.
Yeah, thank you, Bob, and we will give you later the word to discuss more the coming contest. Thank you. Raj, could you please say some word? Do you want?
Hi, everybody. My name is Raj Singh. I'm also a product manager for developer experience. Although Bob and I have, sort of split up work in different ways or areas of passion, I guess. So I guess I don't know what I do. I do more on one of my big projects is working on the Getting Started website and putting together onboarding resources for completely new developers, which you people obviously have less of an interest in since you are expert developers. And I also do a lot of work on web application development, front-end development with React.js and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Raj. And Stefan, we have Stefan Wittmann here. So Stefan, could you please say some words?
Sure, thank you, Evgeny. Hi, everyone. My name is Stefan Wittmann, product manager. I also recently joined the company back in the days when we still had Cache 5.0. Guess that's still recently in this company. These days, I mostly work on interoperability. So everything, under Ensemble with productions is something that I focus on. But everything else that comes with connectivity, like REST, JSON, web services, XML is also something that I have a strong interest in. I still kind of shepherd web application as a topic. So I'm really happy to see this contest about this topic. Great that you all participated and put your energy into this. I absolutely admire this and appreciate it. So thank you. And we are also, as always, looking forward for your feedback, right? If you think there's something that we could do better and make your lives easier and be more productive, then please always feel free to reach out to us and let us know. And thanks for this virtual beer here.
Yeah. Thank you, Stefan. And now it's a show time. And so winners, you are welcome to make your demos. And actually, we will the communication will be that participants will make their show, but all the product managers, you are very welcome to ask questions interactively if you have it. So, and everyone who is also on the line, could you please, if you have questions, please introduce these questions to the chat, and Irina then will help us to direct these questions to performers. So, okay, let's start. And Lorenzo, could you please be the first?
So, donc I share my my screen. So, JSON-Filter, what is it? Just
That's fine.
a small library for searching, remove properties, limiting the result from a dynamic array. Why I wrote this small library? Well, first of all, for fun, because I just want to develop for fun sometimes, and more seriously because in my day-to-day work I see a lot of REST services which return sometimes a very large response. The most often the client application does not consume all data. My goals with this lib, it's allow to object street developers to add this feature for limiting the result with very little code. It's focused on existing service. I know there is other solution for new project like GraphQL, but in this case is focused for existing project. But it will be used on a new project. It's not a problem, but it's not my my goals when I started the development. I just see a request from Postman. So no, I'm on virtual machine. It's a little, there is a little latency. You can see a response large, not very large, but with a lot of properties, nested object. And now I will see the REST services. This is simply a demo response with a static method which return hard-coded data. For apply filter, I just add a macro JSON-Filter, and apply to the response JSON object, which a dynamic array to the macro JS filter. And now you can use the query parameters and ask the widget field. Example, index name dot first. No. Company, email. So you have a result with only the fields asked. You can sort, for example, name of name first. Make a search. Index. and your result is limited. How it works? The macro
Yes.
retrieve automatically the data in % request data. Donc, macro call a class method. This class method contains a lot of parameters. You can call the class method directly if you want, but if you use the default % request parameter, it's automatic. No need to call directly this class method. You can see outer macro which retrieve the data in % request. But with a default usage, you don't need to do that, but it's a possibility. So we apply the search criteria the first time, and then apply sorting. Then we apply a filter on the dynamic object for limited the properties.
Mm-hmm.
And if asked, we can limit the result if you paste if you want only the third element, we can pass the last argument for ask only three first elements.
Nice.
Most deeply, we create an index in memory for only with search properties. It's for a faster access. In the first version, I create a %doc database with the JSON for making a search directory with a %doc database, but create a %doc database for each request is definitely not a good way, because there is a fixed cost, roughly 0.3 seconds. It's quick, but it's not enough. I can offer a service with a time with a fixed cost of 0.3.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Lorenzo, you said that it is very small utility, but actually
it's finished. I ended.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, I think that everyone, I think you already, this is a really helpful tool, and you use it at least in your job and your work day-to-day work. And I welcome everyone to examine your tool and test it, and I share the link in the chat. And actually, product managers, do you have any questions to Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask if you use this utility in any production projects.
Not yet, but my company will use that soon.
Yeah, nice.
That would be great if you, when you use it, if you posted an article on community about how you used it, that would be the most interesting.
Okay, great. So okay, let's see the show of our next presenter. It's Nikolay. Could you please?
Yes. Let's start. So I will show everything in Swagger UI. This application, or rather this API that I developed, allows to manage interoperability productions through the REST API. So you can change the settings of the production to change the settings of production components, to add items, to start and stop the production. Let's try to do something. So let's start from this method, productions. With this method, I can get the list of a list of productions in current namespace. This application works only in one namespace where it installed. So we have here REST production, demo production, one production, and I can get, for example, with this method, summary, more details about this production, status of this production stopped, and components included in this production. In this case, one business operation BO1. So now I start this production. The response was 202 code, means that IRIS starting this production in a new job, because sometimes it can take time, and with the status method, I can get the information about current status running, and the last result, this one. Next steps. I can get the information about production settings and settings of production items. For example, for this business operation, I can also open this production in this IRIS UI. So I see here all settings of this business component, and I can, for example, change some of these settings. For example, I want to change pool size for this component. And now I can see the result here. New value for pool size for this component. Also, I can add new components. I will add a new business operation with the name BO2 using the same class REST production demo operation. And here, this new component. Also, I can change settings of the production and change settings of this new components. Also, I can add services, processes, and so on. So it's API to manage existing production. I think it's enough for Evgeny.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikolay. Thank you very much. And so, of course, we will leave all the REST experience to the developers and developers community to about that. But I think we have a question from product management. Stefan, yeah?
Yeah, I just had a brief reboot on my machine, but I'm back. So, Nikolay, thanks for the demo. I just wondered, did you actually ever have the need to make massive bulk changes to a production or script the generation of a production? Because that's where I think you mostly would actually need such an API. And if so, have you looked at the production generator, which is one of the new features where we actually exposed an API that's similar to what you have here?
Yeah, Stefan, actually, no. This application only for now has been created only for this contest. Maybe I will use it in the future, but I'm not sure. Also, maybe some another parts, maybe more interesting, some ideas to get more information about running production.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to check. And I did like your API, by the way. I think it's very cool. So thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Nikolay. And my comment here, both for Nikolay's and Lorenzo's application, what I liked also that you guys implemented both applications as a ZPM package, so it can be installed with one line using ZPM, and also you exposed OpenAPI. The API and an open IP, so any Swagger UI can be easily used to test and to visualize and document and test the API. So this is great. Thank you, guys. And actually, yeah, sorry, product managers, do you have any more questions, Nikolay? Okay, no. And we will go to our next presenter. So Henrique Pereira, maybe you can make the demo now.
Okay, just a second. So everybody listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my idea was very, very simple. Okay, I submit in the last minute, and I just did that in one night with a lot of cough. And my idea was just to do a simple spell checker because I'm not English native, and because of that, I make myself fool. I'm the king of make fool of myself with misspelling words. So I did that. I just I didn't want to use complex algorithm like n-gram or Bayesian to predict the words. Maybe in the future, I can practice this. And I use an article to with a simple algorithm with the frequency words, Peter Norvig article. And the difference is because I'm would challenge myself to use multimodal in this app to with the dictionary, the training words. So the API is just you send a get with the wrong type and the response with the correct suggested word, and that's it. That's it's very simple.
Nice. And maybe you plan to enhance it in the future?
Yeah, in the future, maybe used to predict the words. If you use complex algorithm like n-gram or something like that.
Sounds cool. Product managers, do you have any questions to Henry? It looks like no questions. So Henry, thank you so much. So I think this,
Thank you.
as a not native speaker in English, so I think I will use your application.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help. Yes, and now our next presenter is Henrique. Henrique, could you please make your show?
Sure. Hi, the main idea here, I create the IRIS history monitor to track. First things first, I create this because at work, ask me if we have something to track license usage. So based on Dave's article, at community, APM, it's really nice article. Cache already have sys monitor. So I just activate and show them they have a lot of information, all they need. They don't need any shell script. That was the first thing that they asked me. So to show the information, instead of just SQL queries, I create something graphical. So then I start to build something every time I need something more. I create a new page, and so that's the whole project. To this context, I create the System Dashboard 2.0. Evgeny told me the IRIS 2019.4, I think that .4 has a new API, so I make use of it. Let's show how I use it. Here in metrics, I use the package %net HTTP request and the API monitor metrics. So I read every metric and expose, give back in JSON format to my CSP. To complement this, I use a custom sensors here to make a full usage of the IRIS API. So you have the graphic here that uses all the potential. That's it. Actually, it's a simple thing, just to show the true potential the iris has. So I think everyone like it.
Yeah, Henrique, thank you so much. And this is really impressive demonstration and impressive usage of embedded REST API of IRIS. And actually, which is maybe not less impressive, how many installations your applications have. So I believe it's now, to the moment, is the most popular application on Open Exchange, even more popular than VS Code IDE. It's very surprising. people
Yeah.
love it. Maybe so you want to start to take money for this. I don't know. So, but anyway, so thank you for contributing this great open source application, and which really useful for people and really highlights InterSystems IRIS. Product managers, do we have questions?
I have one question here in the chat. No, it's not. It's not Angular. It's just Bootstrap using CSP. I can show you. It's HTML, very simple, and a lot of JavaScript to create the charts. So not so fancy. It's not a cutting-edge framework, but it's as simple as possible to show the potential that you don't need something whoa. You can use a very basic application and create something great.
It's really great. So CSP technology. Okay, thank you, Henrique. Any more questions from product management? Okay, yeah, thank you, Henrique. Thank you, Henry, Lorenzo, Nikolay. And actually now we have like a second phase. Do you guys have questions to product management? No? So I mean, any of you. So I mean, it's like our bonus for winners that you have an option to ask directly product management. Okay, change this, reduce that.
I have one. I just with I don't know, maybe Stefan, because the adapter for JSON and XML is great, but InterSystems have plans to do a native adapter for GraphQL.
That's a good question. So at this point, I would say we get very rare requests for it, but we do. I would say most people really work with REST at this point, but we do see the value of it, just pretty little demand. So it's in the backlog, and we know in theory what to do. But we haven't scheduled any work for it just because we don't see a lot of requests for it. And I think there's also a community project for it.
There is.
Yes. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Henry. Any more questions? Yeah, so if not, so you can think, but now I think we can give the word to Bob and introduce our next contest, which will be next week, I think. So, okay, Bob, could you please?
Yeah, thanks everyone. Great projects that you did for the REST API contest. They were all fabulous. I won't tell you which one I voted for, but there were 3 or 4 that I wanted to vote for. I'm only allowed 1 vote. So anyway, what we have coming up next is a programming contest that's a little bit different. It's built around looking for interesting applications of our native API. So we've recently introduced the native API into our Node and Java and Python and C# client libraries, so that you have direct access to globals and you can run object script functions on the server, but straight from your client-side code pretty easily. So we're looking for different applications for it. We have just like this programming contest, we have a template out on GitHub now for it that will generate a Docker container that has all of those programming environments already in them, so that at least you can write your application in any of those languages that you'd like. Your application could be really any sort of thing. We're just looking for use of the native API and building interesting applications that do things that are interesting with that native API, as opposed to the SQL APIs or XCP, something like that. So there you go. I'm working up all the rest of the details on the project as we speak, and next week we should have it all out and ready to go for you.
Great, Bob. Thank you. I will add just that the requirement will be to use any of our native APIs like .NET, Java, Python, or Node.js. And the one technology bonus which we have today is the usage of Docker container, IRIS and Docker container, just to let us, just to let everyone easily execute this, your solution. So we decided not to put it like a requirement, but to have it like a bonus. If you introduce it, you. So maybe we will introduce some more bonuses. So stay tuned, and also stay tuned for some explanations how on the template, and maybe some additional materials how you can how and what you can build with InterSystems IRIS Native API. So it's all, everything is all on developer community as always. So and the template is on Open Exchange. Okay, so I think we're good with the like official program, and actually here I would love to raise a discussion. Guys, maybe you have many more questions to product management. No new questions. Okay. Question. I wanna know your opinion, and actually not only the winners, but everyone who is on the line. So how are we going with contest? Because first contest we had like 20 applications. The second is 7. Difference is large. Maybe so. So what? It's not fun, or maybe we're doing something wrong, or our requirements are too big, or maybe. So what should we do? So if you have like a direct advice, so InterSystems, you need to do these things. So this is our meeting to talk about this. Do you have any ideas how we can make it better? What do you think? Yeah. Henrique, you have the word.
Oh, yeah. I love to participate in the contest. I really like this, and I saw the difference, but I don't have idea to how to motivate, because it's motivate for the community, and it's great because to change the ideas to do that. I really don't have an advice or something to that, but, or maybe we can. The difference was for the challenge, because the challenge was increased a little bit, because now it's a native API, and with using another language, and that is fun. Maybe if in this next contest, more applications we will submit, I guess.
Thank you, Henrique. Yes. Why we are changing the topics? It's because, as you know, IRIS is a data platform. it has a lot of different features and ways how you can you develop and deploy, and what types of solutions you can do with Iris. So and we want to give developers to make their best using different Iris features. That's why we are switching it. So maybe for a lot of developers, this native API contest will be the case when they will try this for the first time and understand that it's really powerful and exciting thing. So and actually same is for AI contest, which we will have like in a month, forward in a month, and we have Thomas Dyar here. And actually why we have the schedule of contests, because it's just to let you know that to let you prepare. Yeah, because sometimes you can, maybe sometimes you cannot do a sophisticated project in 2 weeks. Maybe you want to check some documentation before, if it's something new, or think about the idea. So we, with this schedule, we just given this opportunity to be prepared for the contest in advance. Yeah. And also what I think we will. So I think what we will introduce also as a feature for the contest, it's like a team management. So I mean, so not the option not to contest like one person. Yes, to build teams and make some team projects. So we plan this, and it will be not a native API, maybe not with AI, but stay tuned. Yeah, and actually we are very we really want to see your ideas how we can make it better, because why we are doing this, it's our investment into developer ecosystem. So for developers. So and that's why it's organic to wait the feedback from you and to understand us what is better for you, right? So I mean, so don't hesitate to ask this question, to give us feedback on community, and also on Discord. We have Discord now, and so I'm really happy that you use it. You like this tool, this new tool, and so okay, great. So I think we're good with our agenda for today, and so if anyone have any questions to anyone, so I think everyone is very welcome. So what we
Evgeny, I think the big difference between the first contest and the second one, I don't know, but maybe a lot of our community is more focused on, has a lot of experience in ObjectScript and the old school way, and the second one using REST API and Swagger and other things. Maybe it's not a lot of them. I'm still using the old CSP and old school developing system workflows, and maybe that's the difference. I believe, because I visit a lot of customers here in Brazil, and I see the reality. InterSystems has a lot of customers, but not many of them using the topping edge technology, cutting edge features. And so maybe that's the difference between the first and the second one.
Thank you, Henrique. This is very valuable, important feedback, and so we'll take it into account. And Bart, thank you for the input about the links. We will fix it now. Yeah, and so I think I want to say thank you everyone who came today to celebrate our winners. We'll name everyone again: Lorenzo, Henrique, Nikolay. So you are great. So thanks for participating, and actually thanks for everyone who participated in the contest, and this one and the previous. And we welcome you to join our next contest, and actually provide us feedback to let us do this contest and and improve our developer ecosystem and make it better for you guys. So I think, yeah, maybe this is a good time to finish our meeting. So see you soon on the next events. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job.
Bye bye.
Everyone, bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Hey,
Congrats,
everyone.
everyone.